Dear Days of Our Lives episode airing on Thursday, June 19, 2025, was a deeply emotional journey that brought the raw pain of loss back to the forefront of Salem's storylines. After a few lighter moments celebrating milestones like Stephen Nichols' 40th anniversary as Steve "Patch" Johnson, this episode plunged us into the heart of Marlena Evans' grief over the devastating loss of her beloved John Black. Marlena's grief. A Heart in Pieces. The episode opened in Marlena's elegant living room, where the weight of John Black's absence hung like a heavy fog. Marlena, portrayed with breathtaking vulnerability by Deidre Hall, sat alone, clutching John's well-worn baseball cap, a cherished memento that seemed to carry his warmth and spirit. Her fingers traced the frayed edges of the cap, and her eyes brimmed with tears as memories of their life together flooded her mind. For those of us who've lost someone dear, this moment was achingly familiar, the way a simple object can become a lifeline to someone who's no longer there. Marlena's solitude was interrupted by the arrival of her daughter, Belle Black, played with quiet strength by Martha Madison. Belle's face was etched with concern as she enveloped her mother in a warm embrace. "Mom, you don't have to go through this alone," Belle said softly, her voice a soothing balm. The two women sat together, sharing memories of John, his infectious laugh, his unwavering courage, and the love that anchored their family. Belle's presence was a reminder of the power of family to lift us up, even in our darkest moments. For viewers who've leaned on loved ones during times of grief, this scene was a touching reflection of the strength found in togetherness. But when Belle left, Marlena's composure unraveled. Alone again, she stared at the baseball cap, her sorrow morphing into a storm of anger and despair. In a heart-wrenching moment, she swept a vase of flowers off the table, the delicate glass shattering on the floor. "Why did you leave me, John?" she cried, her voice raw with pain. The sound of breaking glass echoed the fracture in her heart, and for longtime fans, it was a gut punch, a stark reminder that even the strongest among us can break under the weight of loss. Marlena's struggle to navigate life day by day without John was portrayed with such authenticity that it left us reaching for tissues, reflecting on our own moments of grief. Chanel and Paulina, a mother's comfort across town, Chanel Dupree was grappling with her own heartache, though the details of her pain were shrouded in mystery. The episode found her in the comforting arms of her mother, Paulina Price, whose larger-than-life presence filled the scene with warmth and grit. Paulina, played with vibrant energy by Jackie Harry, was equal parts grumpy and sympathetic as she listened to Chanel's troubles. "What's going on with you and Johnny, sweetheart?" Paulina asked, her brow furrowed with concern. Chanel's eyes welled up as she hinted at a rift with Johnny DiMera, though she kept the specifics close to her chest. Paulina's response was pure maternal magic. "Listen to me, baby girl," she said, her voice firm yet tender. "Whatever's happening, we'll fix it. You're a Dupree, and we don't give up." She pulled Chanel into a fierce hug, promising that everything would be okay. The scene was a beautiful showcase of their mother-daughter bond, a reminder of the unwavering support that families provide in times of crisis. For viewers who've turned to their own parents or children for solace, Paulina's fierce love for Chanel was a heartwarming echo of those real-life connections. EJ and Johnny. A ticking time bomb. The episode took a darker turn with the simmering tension between EJ DiMera and his son, Johnny. EJ, ever the calculating patriarch, had something urgent to discuss with Johnny, and the air crackled with unspoken accusations. The backdrop to their confrontation was a chilling memory, the night EJ was shot, a traumatic event that left scars on the DiMera family. Rachel Black, Johnny's young sister, had a haunting recollection of seeing Johnny with a gun that night, her nightmare echoing the terror of that moment. EJ, too, remembered Johnny holding the weapon, and Johnny himself couldn't deny the truth, he had been armed. Yet, father and son had avoided the topic, their strained relationship marked by silence and suspicion. Kristen DiMera, who also knew of Johnny's actions, had struck a deal to keep quiet, a choice that left Rachel traumatized and Kristen morally compromised. In this episode, EJ decided the time for silence was over. "We need to talk, Johnny," he said, his voice low and intense. "No more avoiding it." Johnny's face tightened, his eyes betraying a mix of guilt and defiance. The conversation stopped short of a direct accusation, but the subtext was clear: EJ suspects Johnny of attempted murder. For fans who thrive on the DiMera family's explosive dynamics, this scene was a powder keg waiting to ignite, leaving us on edge for the inevitable showdown. Philip's amnesia, a shocking cover-up. The Kyriakis family drama took center stage as Philip Kyriakis, newly awakened from his coma, faced intense scrutiny from his mother, Kate Roberts, and Sarah Horton. Kate, played with fierce maternal passion by Lauren Koslow, was desperate to know who had beaten her son nearly to death. "Philip, you have to tell us," she pleaded, her voice trembling with urgency. Sarah, driven by her own need for answers, echoed Kate's demand, her eyes searching Philip's face for the truth. But Philip's response was a bombshell that left everyone reeling. "I don't remember," he said flatly, his gaze distant. "It's all a blur." He insisted he had no memory of the attack, and when pressed about Xander Cook Kyriakis, the prime suspect, Philip was adamant: "It wasn't Xander. I'd know if it was." Kate's disappointment was palpable. She knew her son was hiding something. Sarah, confused and frustrated, couldn't reconcile Philip's words with the evidence pointing to Xander's guilt. For viewers who followed the Kyriakis brothers' volatile history, Philip's claim of amnesia felt like a deliberate shield, raising questions about his motives. Xander, seizing the opportunity, wasted no time asserting his innocence. He stormed into Sarah's life, demanding access to their daughter, Victoria. "You said I was a criminal, Sarah," he said, his voice dripping with defiance. "But Philip's awake, and he's cleared me. I want to see my daughter." Sarah's hesitation spoke volumes. She didn't fully trust Xander, despite Philip's words. The scene was a masterclass in tension, leaving us to wonder whether Philip's memory loss was genuine or a calculated move to protect his brother, or himself. Salem's heart and soul. This episode was a profound exploration of grief, family, and the secrets that bind us. Marlena's raw pain, Chanel's quiet sorrow, and the DiMera family's looming confrontation painted a vivid picture of a town in mourning yet resilient in its connections. Philip's shocking amnesia and Xander's bold demands added layers of intrigue, ensuring that Salem remains a place where every moment is charged with possibility. For viewers, this episode was a mirror to our own experiences of loss and love. Marlena's struggle to carry on without John echoed the challenges of moving forward after losing a partner. Paulina's fierce support for Chanel reminded us of the lengths we go to for our children. And the DiMera and Kyriakis dramas stirred memories of family conflicts we've navigated, where truth and loyalty are often at odds. Looking ahead as we reflect on this emotional episode, we're left with burning questions. Will Marlena find peace, or will her grief lead to more outbursts? Can Chanel and Johnny mend their rift, or is something darker at play? Will EJ confront Johnny about the shooting, and what will it mean for the DiMeras? And is Philip truly amnesiac, or is he shielding Xander for reasons yet to be revealed? The answers promise more drama, heartache, and hope in the days to come. What did you think of this powerful episode? Were you moved by Marlena's grief? Did Philip's amnesia surprise you? And what do you make of EJ and Johnny's tense standoff? Share your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear how this episode touched your heart. As Days of Our Lives continues to weave its spell, Salem remains a place where love, loss, and secrets keep us coming back for more.